will actually work and everything will be hunky-dory.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Right, we are now live. So far so good. And I've got the buffering wheel. Oh, wait, no, it's back. Be good. Lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter. Tonight I am joined by Albert, and this is the Technical Problem Broadcast, where so far, so good. I have just had to remove about, I would hazard a guess at probably about 200 gigs worth of video files from my laptop, and things seem to be running smoothly now. I think. So anyway, Albert, would you like to say hello?
Evening.
Now, hopefully you guys heard that, but that did come through a little bit stumbled a little bit on my end. Yeah. No, Albert. I think it's just my laptop. But
hell.
no, it's yeah, coming through fine for the most part. It just when you said hello there, it stumbled a little bit, but it seemed to be coming through okay at the minute. So now, Richie Wong, 200 gigs of midget porn gone. Yeah. Well, I haven't deleted it. I've just transferred it somewhere else. See, use your noodle. So then, hello Paul, thank you very much for dropping in, and of course, hello Richie, thank you very much for dropping in as well. It is a pleasure to see you both, and now hopefully we can entertain you for a while. I don't know how long the stream is actually going to last for, because I get the feeling that this might turn into a little bit of like testing things here, and seeing how far I can push some stuff, because I kind of want to see if I can if I can increase the bitrate slightly and make this slightly better looking. Did I make the t-shirt from the curtains? How dare you, Richie? This is a very desirable designer t-shirt from George of Asda. I quite like this anyway. What do you mean? It does not look like curtains. It is a very nice t-shirt and it feels very nice and cozy and like cottony on my boobs. Right. So then, how has everyone been this week? I hope that you've all been good. Right. So anyway.
Sorry, Dex, I lost you there.
Did you? Ah, sorry, man. I'll tell you what. I will drop out of Discord and I'll drop back in. New audio devices detected. No, I don't want to switch device. No. No.
I can't seem to find you on YouTube.
You can't find us on YouTube.
Yeah. Because I normally have YouTube running while I'm talking to you, so I can talk, see what people are posting up. And yeah, I can't seem to find you.
Strange.
I know. This is it. I'm subscribed to you and that. I just don't know what's going on.
I have no idea. I don't know why that would be doing that.
Hasn't come up with my notifications.
Yeah, that's weird. My YouTube must have decided that it doesn't like us. The wallpaper from the local Indians. The shower curtain. Nope, had to see the link from Facey to open it on YouTube. That's weird. I wonder if I can edit. It is set to public, this video. No, hang on, it's set as unlisted. Oh, I know why. Because the video was set to unlisted, because on the set the previous episode to unlisted, so nobody could really find it. Right, save. There we go. Yeah, that's why. Well, it's good to know that there's like four. It's good to know that there's like 4 people keeping an eye on my Facebook page. Yeah, it was because the last episode. Yeah, nice one. Because the last episode was such a failure, I set it so that it was unlisted, so that people wouldn't waste their time watching it, because obviously there's no point in people watching something that they can barely watch. So yeah, we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. So, I think I'm going to try and improve the bitrate on this slightly. See if that makes a bit of a difference, because I realised that on your end of everything, I am incredibly blurry, and that was because I'm blurry anyway normally because my laptop doesn't have power. But I had to reduce the bitrate last week to try and get anything to work. And let's see if I can improve that this week. I'm going to bump it up to 300 and see what happens. Yes, save changes, indeed.
Talking paintball related things, did you see them glasses things that Nicky T was...
Yes, the Uzis.
Yeah. I like the idea of that.
Yes.
It's just what the cost.
Yeah, I'm curious about the cost as well. But if it's a case of...
Couldn't you basically not just do roughly the same yourself with just old pen?
Well, there was a guy that used to play for the Raggy Rastas that basically did that. He took, and I wouldn't recommend it. It should be safe enough in theory, but it is one that I wouldn't recommend. Where he took a set of glasses, removed the legs off them, pulled the lenses apart on a set of JTs. Fitted,
and re-glued them.
Yeah, and glued these glasses into the gap between the two sets of frames, and then glued the internal lining back on the thermal layer, and then used those as effectively a set of Uzis. Now, of course, it's a bit of a dodgy one because technically you have tampered with your mask, but if it worked for him, no. But what the only question that I do wonder about with the Uzis, because obviously I'm excluding cost, because cost is of course an issue. What I do wonder about is I like my glasses pretty close to my face. Now, if someone else is like me, will having go on.
I have very focused, and I'm thinking the same.
Yeah.
Like, will it knock my vision out with them being so far away? I like them close to me.
I mean, ultimately, they're not going to be a huge distance away, as opposed to where your glasses would normally be. But will that slight difference make much of a difference? Or is it just something that I'm overthinking? I'd be very interested in I would like to try some, but it's also a lot of money to put towards something that I don't know if it's going to work right. I'm very interested to see what Nick thinks of them through like prolonged use of them.
Yeah, because you have to give them your prescription and
yeah. What I would like to see is I would like to see them be able to take those to your local opticians and have your local optician be able to put lenses into them. And I don't know, that might be something that is actually possible, but I don't know.
BZ had a pair when I was down in a case.
Yeah.
And they were saying about the prescription, so I'm wondering if they're selling just a frame and then you put your own prescription in.
Well,
because really, you could possibly get away with, and if it's quite a soft frame, just cannibalize an old pair of glasses.
Well, I don't know how easy that would be. I think you would have to have like sort of hipster style glasses for to be able to use them to fit. Like the lenses that you would have to come out of like big chunky sort of the stereotypical black framed hipster glasses. I don't think like glasses like mine now would take to the UZs very well, because it does seem as if the UZ lenses are quite big lenses, and I think that's obviously because they want to maximise what you're going to be looking through. Because they're not right up against your face, I would imagine that they do want to try and make them bigger. Which then also, if that is an aspect of it, is that partly why you've got to send them your prescription? Are you still there, Albert, or have I lost you?
Yeah, I'm there. So I was just putting something in the bin.
No worries.
See, that would probably work for me, because my glasses are, because of them being very focal, I have to have large glasses.
Yeah. So you can actually get both parts of the lens in.
They're effectively 3 lenses.
Yeah.
I look at the bottom for close-up work. In the middle is more for me driving, and then long distance is like So that's why you'll see me move my head more than a lot. It's when I'm changing the lens on me like that I'm looking through.
Yeah.
Because you'll see me look down through my lenses.
Almost doing the sort of like looking over your glasses, or if you
yeah. It takes a bit to get used to. I'll tell you. It's good when you drive.
Yeah.
Because all you got to do is just glance down and you can automatically see the my clocks.
Yeah.
But when I'm like now, when I'm on me, literally comments, I've got my head and I'm looking down in an angle.
Yeah.
To read the comments because if I do.
Aye.
I'm basically blind.
Me too, man. Me too. Well, see, I've got a stigmatism, so that I basically my eyes are apparently shit, and I have to get my lenses thinned down so that I effectively don't have like jam jars on my face. But it is what it is.
Paul Costas just said something good there. Can you get Chan to three?
You see, I don't know on that aspect because 3D printing is generally quite sturdy. Now, I don't know how well it would flex to be able to fit into the frames. Now, in the case of, say, a JT ProFlex, you probably could flex the frame to then fit the UZs, or like a fake UZs in, you know, if you got some 3D printed. But then movement and stuff, I think would probably end up snapping them relatively fast. I don't think you could. At least I don't do 3D printing. I don't know well enough. The guys that do 3D printing might be able to, you know, give a more idea on that. But I think there's a good chance that if I tried to do that, they would just flex, and the moment you flex the mask or the moment you took a shot at the wrong angle, I think it would smash them. I don't think, unless you want to make them like massively chunky, which is then going to end up blocking out loads of your frame. See, something I do like with the UZs is it seems like the frames is an almost semi-translucent sort of material, or even a translucent material, which probably reduces the amount of sort of vision that's obscured by the frames in itself.
Just going off what I saw, the latch are a little bit more flexible.
Yeah.
And then the actual frame looks quite solid.
Yeah.
Because you think.
Well, that's it. I mean,
definitely is thought, like, because I cannot wear contact.
Yeah. Well, I've been told years and years and years ago, when I was still at school, I was told that I couldn't have contacts. And then as I got a little bit older, and I went back to the opticians, and I'd always gone off this, oh, well, I can't have contacts. And then I got a little bit older, and I went and I think I saw an optician, and they said something about trying contacts. I said, oh, well, no, I was told years ago I couldn't have them. No, you can have them. They would have to be custom made, but you could have them. Like, well, I'd rather not have to have custom made contacts, even if it means I've got to wear a fan on my paintball mask. I'd rather not wear contacts because I've got a bit of a thing about sticking my fingers in my eyes, to be perfectly honest.
Mine used to be like, you get people who have daily disposables. Mine weren't like that. Mine were monthly disposables.
Yeah.
Purely because of the astigmatism, and they were like really, and I probably ended up with ulcers in my eye.
Yeah.
Scared the living daylights out of myself, and I've never worn contacts.
Well, that's it. I mean, you do hear horror stories, and I suppose it's just the same as anything else you do. If you do it badly or you do it wrong, it's going to end up bad on you. If you do it right, then it'll be mostly safe. But it's like you hear stuff like, you know, people where they've washed their contacts out, instead of using the proper saline solution, they've used just tap water, and they've getting like some kind of parasite in their eye, and it's like, oh god. But that's their own fault for using tap water instead of the proper cleaning solution. But, but Richie Wong just said Geps for the foggy win. Well, this is it, Richie. I'm still in search for the perfect thing that doesn't get me fogged up, and for a while, for ages, for years even, I played paintball and I never had any issues with fog. Like, I was playing with JT ProFlexes and I never had issues with fog. And then all of a sudden, over like the past year or two, I've started to get issues with fog, and I don't know if that's just because my fitness has decreased even more, or if it's maybe because it feels like it's been ever since I got my new glasses that those fog issues I've been suffering from have appeared. And I don't know if it's because, and I know you've talked about this before, Richie, where say you've got like the thermal coatings and the non-thermal coatings, and if you have a thermal coating on stuff, it can like on your glasses, I think it's like an anti-glare coating, I believe it is, that you've mentioned, where that doesn't allow you to have anti-fog stuff on your glasses, or it doesn't work properly, and I can't help but wonder if that's the case.
I was just gonna say, who do you get your glasses from?
Specsavers.
Asda.
Specsavers.
Specsavers. And you get the thermal.
I have on these ones, but on my sort of big framed hipster glasses, I haven't. Now, the problem is with my big framed hipster glasses, I can't really get them underneath my ProFlexes particularly well. They actually touch the frames of the glasses. The frames of the glasses touch the lens of the mask. So I can wear them, but they're not the most comfortable. But I believe that the time that I used the frog spit anti-fog wipes, I think I might have actually been using my big hipster glasses, because I'd forgotten these ones, and I'm pretty sure I had no problems with fog. Because it's never really my mask that fogs up, it's only ever really my glasses that fog.
Yeah, it's always my glasses as well. I get my glasses from Asda, and I don't, and when they ask for the anti-glare or all that stuff, I always say no.
Yeah, Richie Wong's just said there. Yep, anti-glare prevents adherence of anti-fog solutions. Which that would make a lot of sense as to why I actually have issues with fogging.
Any pension, it's either if I want my lens thin and the anti-glare on it, it's more money. So I always just get my thin, and well, that's I've noticed between me old ones when I did have the anti-glare to these ones, and you do fog.
Yeah, you see, I think I'll just have to try and remember that in future and actually wear my thinner framed glasses. Sorry, my hipster glasses as opposed to my thinner framed glasses.
Take both with you.
Yeah, well, that's what I really should do, but I end up forgetting them.
Yeah.
I have even thought before about putting an older set of my glasses into my kit bag or something, so that they're always there, and leave them as like my kit bag glasses. But the problem is, I think it always, and I suppose anyone that wears glasses will have had the same sort of problem. You put on an old set of glasses, you feel like you're going to be sick for like the first the first day of wearing them.
I don't have a problem, mate.
Yeah, I don't know what it is for mine then, but
you've had it yourself where you smash your glasses and you had to put your old ones on.
Well, that's
never really bothers us.
Yeah. See, when I was a kid, I used to have a habit of breaking my glasses, so when I got a little bit older and started going to Specsavers, I started getting like the 2 pairs of glasses.
Tell us about it. I think when I was growing up, in 1 week, I think I went through 4 pairs of glasses.
Christ, that would bankrupt you now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it was I paid. I think it was about £350 for like 2 pairs of glasses. Because by the time I'd added, you get it's like £30 or something for your eye test. You've then got like £80 or something for the 2 sets of glasses. You've then got thinning of lenses, you've got the anti-glare of lenses and all that sort of stuff. And then there's any extra costs that they chuck on top as well. And do you want to rape me of any more money?
Have you never tried Asda opticians?
Can't say I have. I don't even know if there's an Asda with an opticians in the Emmy.
Because all the extras that Specsavers was charging me, I got free of charge in Asda. The thinning of the lenses, all that came as a standard. But to give you an idea, I went for us driving. I went for a pair of prescription sunglasses. Where the sun's low and £40.
Oh, not bad.
That's lens at everything £40.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty damn good, that, man.
Having everything for at Specsavers. Still go to Specsavers, but obviously you know how you can take your subscription away with you.
Yeah.
All the extras that they charge you are all free now.
Yeah.
I mean, my bill was going to be absolutely enormous when I went to Specsavers, because she was like, "All right, do you want this? Yeah, do you want that? Do you want this? Do you want this? Do you want this?" And it was just more and more and more, and I was like, "Whoa, wait on a minute."
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's it. They just keep slapping extra costs onto you, which it does. It just bankrupts you. Like,
I'm looking forward to Nikki T's.
The free flow video he's planning.
Yeah.
That should be a good one. I'm really enjoying Nick's content because he's got good production value to his stuff. It's very slick. It's very smooth. I do want to see Nick grow his channel more because I do think he's been a great ambassador for paintball.
I like how he goes into other stuff that would help you with your paintball.
Yes.
It's not just all paintball, and he has like a guy talking about like the mental side and getting yourself prepared.
Yeah.
I mean, he even did one on perception. You know, when you float and all that in the water.
Yeah. That's it. He's doing a lot of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily think, ooh, paintball. But then, especially if you're going in for like the performance side of paintball, it's actually potentially good. And like there was one of his videos where it was I think it's Ed that he works with. I think sorry if I've gotten that wrong, but he talked about, you know, like if you're a tournament paintballer, right? Sometimes going and watching the other teams playing is great because you know you can get yourself hyped up, you're ready to go and play, you learn which players you kind of got to watch out for on the field and things like that. But at the same time, sometimes, and this is something that you might pick up through experience, but sometimes going and watching the other team might actually be detrimental to you. You know, it can go, watching the other team can scare you. It builds you up, and I'm sort of a little bit difficult. I'm finding it difficult to explain myself quite well, but watching the stuff in advance can hype you up in a detrimental way. You know, it makes you worried as opposed to confident. You know, you seeing the opposing team playing well can potentially be bad. Whereas if you just go out and play and ignore that sort of stuff, sometimes that's going to be better for you. But it is also very much a case-by-case basis. You know, each player is going to be different.
Yeah. I know, I get what you mean. If you like your next team and you see them absolutely annihilate that other side, you're thinking, oh, shit. We've got that to come to.
Yeah.
Where if you didn't watch them, you wouldn't have that.
Yeah. Which is why, I know that there are certain teams out there that are good teams. But even when we went and played, GCC, I kind of tried to ignore who we were playing until we were actually on the field. Because if I go out and I think, oh, we're playing against the Preds, and I know that the Preds are a good team, and I've got to watch out for them because they're going to move fast, they're going to be aggressive, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, I'm worrying myself. Whereas I like to just be like, right, we're going to go out and play. And that way, I just find it a bit more satisfying for me, and I don't hype myself up in advance, like I said, in a negative way. But yeah, some of that stuff, and like also nutrition. I think nutrition is one that they're covering quite a lot, and it's just the idea, and I think we're all guilty of it with paintball, is you go out the night before the event, you get drunk, you eat a load of bad food, and you then play like crap the next day. Which maybe at an amateur level or on a big game or something isn't an issue, but when you're playing at a higher level, it's more seriously, it maybe is.
Yeah, I think, do you think that's more because, like, to me, you're in the scenario social event?
Yes and no. I do think that you have a lot of that sort of same attitude actually transfers across into tournament paintball. Because you've got to remember, even the guys playing at high levels, the vast majority of high-level tournament players aren't actually doing it for a career. They're doing it still, even at a high level, they're doing it because it's a hobby. You know, they might not necessarily have training sessions every weekend or like multiple times a week. It's not like a football team where, you know, you are being paid big bucks to be on top of your game all the time. A lot of these guys are doing it for maybe it's a little bit of prize money or free entry to the next event. They might get a trophy and they'll get their name banded around and they might get sponsorship deals on their gear. So that's really the end of it. So it's like, it's almost a little bit of a, well, why would I put in as much training as, say, a footballer if I'm not getting the same reward out of it as a footballer? So there is a lot of those players will still go out and they'll still party the night before, but they might not party as hard as, you know, say like people at a scenario game, or even like the amateur teams who might go out and literally get smashed and then go out and play the next day. But yeah, they're probably not going to make the best decisions in the world because they're not. They might be at the peak of their game, but they're not at the peak of like all sports. And I'm not saying that in a way that I want to be taken as I'm putting a downer on tournament players because, or you know, like high-end tournament players, because hell, nearly all tournament players could smash me all over a field nowadays. Yeah, and they are way above any sort of level that I will ever be in paintball again, probably. But it's still, they aren't. I don't know. I'm struggling to find my words again.
But that's the beauty of 10 man. Everybody has the place. We've had this before. Yes. And there was that really good video that I think it was Nicky T and doing the commentating saying why he liked 10 man.
Yeah.
And he was saying that where someone who normally not make the team.
Yes.
Someone who's never been past the 50 in his life before actually made the 50 at GC.
Yeah. Yeah. This is it. I mean, I think in 5-man, because you know your players are so critical in 5-man. You know, if you lose a player, that's a fifth of your team gone. You lose a player in a 10-man. It's not as big of a deal. You know, it's still alright you've lost a player, but you haven't lost as big of a part of your team.
Yeah. So
you can afford to have maybe players that aren't that really high standard. There might be good players in other aspects. You know, like if you're playing like a mech tournament, you might have a guy that's really fast on the trigger and accurate, but he can't run to save his life. He can still be a very effective player on a 10-man field because he can hang at the back and just communicate and rain paint.
Definitely.
Things like that. Or you might have a player that is really fast and nippy but can't shoot for shit. Who can get right up there. Who can get, who can be darting around and diving around all over the place. And can get to the other team's home bunker and hang flags and stuff before the enemy teams even noticed them. It's all just... there's a lot more sort of room to play with a 10-man field. Also, 10-man just kind of feels a lot more casual. It's without putting a downer on players, playing 10-man feels a bit like going and having a kick around with your mates, as opposed to playing like tournament, like 5-man tourney ball being a bit more like Premier League football.
Yeah.
You know, there's the really high end, and even at the high end of X-Ball, even at the high end of 10-man, it still seemed to have more of a chilled out atmosphere than like than what I saw from like tournament players. It still seemed to have more. Was that you listening to the stream there, Albert?
I lost you for a second. I had.
Right.
Because for some reason, I scrolled down.
I'll tell you what. I'll leave the Discord and I'll drop back in because I don't know if I'm kind of struggling there a bit. Disconnect and reconnect. So there we go.
Right.
You hear us there now?
Yeah.
Jamming.
I'm looking more forward to 10 man than I am the scenario side next year. Like, I must admit, I'm definitely if it comes between the scenario game and the 10 man, I'll be going for the 10 man.
Yeah, well, that was it. I mean, I massively enjoyed the 10 man at the last event. Well, at the GCC, it just felt great going out and playing going out and playing a tournament style game was something I hadn't done in years, and that did just feel amazing to me. It's been a long time since I felt that sort of rush on the start gate of, like, you know, when you're waiting for them to shout game on. There's just something that's what
really appealed to me. It was none of this walking for absolute ages to maybe get shot in the first 2 minutes to walk miles back again. Yes. It was the minute it was 3, 2, 1, but you were in the middle of a firefight.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't even.
These old aging legs is not good for walking miles just to get in a firefight and then walk all the way back out again, walk all the way back in again, walk all the way back out.
Yeah, you see, I mean, it wasn't even so much that. It's like I said, it's the waiting for that game on that it always gave me butterflies. Whereas with a big game, I know I've got walking ahead of us. The moment they shout game on, it's like, right, well, there's no point in even running, because it's going to take, even if I was to run, it's going to take us 5 minutes to even before, like 5-10 minutes before I even see somebody. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take me time to get there. There's no point in running right up at the front and getting shot out immediately. I'll take me time to get up there. It's the old adage, the old bull and the young bull.
Yeah.
The young bull says to the old bull, How are Arden? Let's run down there. Let's run down the hill and we'll fuck a cow each. And the old bull just looks at the young bull and says, why run when we can walk down and fuck the whole herd?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Definitely.
That's it. It's a don't run, you'll only die tired sort of thing.
Yep.
But whereas, like, so I never get that hyped up feeling when I'm playing a scenario game. But even playing the 10 man, which, you know, twice the size of what the tournament stuff I used to play, even playing the 10 man, that 5 seconds or 3 seconds or however long they choose to give, and then waiting for that game on, which you don't know at exactly what point it's going to come. You're just getting that game on and then having to actually go for it straight off the bat. I don't know. I can't explain it. It gives you butterflies.
You definitely get an adrenaline rush, don't you?
Yeah. That does actually give me butterflies, and I miss that so much. And I really want to play that again this year. I really want to get that experience again this year. Well, next year. Sorry, next year.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Richie Wong says, we're both like 10 men, dirty buggers.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. But Paul had said as well, it's the same with all team sports. You play your game, not their game. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's very Sun Tzu Art of War, isn't it? You know, psyching your opponent out before, and knowing your opponent before you even hit the battlefield can be a win or a loss. You know, getting in somebody's head can ruin the game before they've even started. So, I'm actually quite impressed with how well this is doing so far. I do have a warning notification up saying that please check the video resolution. The video resolution is blah blah blah, which is not optimal, but then it doesn't actually tell us what is optimal. So,
there seems to be very little lag.
Yeah, it's actually coming through reasonably well. So I'm going to be risky, and I'm actually going to try increasing the bitrate again. And I'm thinking, if it does go wrong, then I can always just reduce it again. Right, so I'm going to boost that from 300 straight up to 400 and see what happens. And I think, well, I'll just keep doing this until something actually goes wrong. Yeah, that's it. I can just see we're changing this. Right, so now I've done that. Now, I don't know. I don't know if this will actually do, but I don't know if that's actually just made that come through a little bit clearer there.
There's like literally, you know how normally we're like good few minutes behind.
Yeah.
I've just unmuted it there, and we're looking for like seconds behind.
Yeah, that's champion. Yeah, that's good to hear. Now, hopefully, I can keep this up.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. In that case, if this does...
It's just a shame we can't get the other video side working like we used to with Google.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
See, I think if we try to do that... I have got the stuff...
Oh, it'd be too much. It would knock up, for that to work.
See, because I did download the program that Martello suggested for that I download, but I was struggling to get it working. But I also don't know if that was just because of how bad my laptop was to actually do what it needed to do. Yeah, but it might be worth looking at now that I've cleared a bit of stuff off my computer, because things are starting to work.
do a little tester one night when we're not actually.
Yeah, I think I might have to try that at some point, because I do want this to work out, and if this means I can get a little bit more life out of my laptop, then that would be fantastic. It does mean that I have basically filled my external hard drive, which I'm probably going to have a bit of a clear through at some point.
Richie won't got that technical issues in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, this wouldn't be the Technical Problem broadcast without technical problems. So, yes, I think we will. I'm going to, because nothing seems to have slowed down there or broken. So I'm going to be really exciting here, and I'm going to boost it straight from 400 up to 600 bits kilobyte, whatever it is. I'm going to boost the bit rate up to 600. Save changes? Yes, save changes. Right then. Now, let's just see what happens. Ooh. I don't actually know what increasing the bit rate does. I'm assuming it sends more information, meaning that you can send it like on a... That you can send... I'm assuming if you increase the bit rate, it's sending more information to the stream on YouTube, which means you can send like higher quality information.
The way I know it works is to increase bit rate when it's on uploading and downloading stuff. Mm-hmm. If I increase the bit rate on the downloading side, obviously the thing that I'm downloads quicker.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if increasing the bit rate might stop the lags.
Apparently it's the opposite way around, because if I increase the bit rate, then it's sending more information, I would assume.
Right.
Richie wants to send nudes. If I increase the bit rate, it's sending more information, which poses the risk of causing lag.
Right.
But if I reduce the bit rate, as I understand it, that reduces quality, which then reduces the risk of lag because the computer's not struggling to send as much. But it does seem as if it's working. So I don't know. I think I do need to check out at some point, which I'll have to do off stream. It's saying about sending the stream quality is the video resolution. The current resolution is 908 by 512, which is not optimal. But I don't know what I can change that to or what's going on with it. I'm basically computer illiterate. So yes, Albert was asking me this before the stream started. I think it was before the stream started. Did anybody get anything exciting in the Black Friday sales?
Yeah.
I didn't, because I am of course a pauper. I have no money. But did anybody else get anything exciting? For those that may be interested, I did consider putting a Black Friday offer up on my merch store on Teespring. However, my prices are already so low that a discount would have basically been pointless. Richie Wong reduces quality. This is any quality? Well, it has some quality to it.
You're watching it, aren't you, Richie?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. You're watching this instead of normal TV, aren't you?
Well, what we got to contend with? This or I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here?
Yeah.
Or is it Connor that's on now? No, I'm a Celebrity's 9. Oh, yeah, 9 o'clock, so it's been on 15 minutes.
Oh, is this why we've got no viewers? Because I'm a Celebrity stolen them all. That's exactly why, isn't it? Yeah. Richie Wong, no skin for Christmas. Well, yes, Richie, I appreciate the feeling. However, if anybody does want a Christmas present, then head over to, if somebody's looking for a Christmas present for that special someone, you can always head over to my merch store on Teespring.
God loves a try.
Yep. Where's it? Just give us a second. Yeah, give us a second. I'm actually trying to find what my channel thing is.
I must admit, I liked your comment on Nicky T's when he was saying about his running top.
Yeah.
Time you runs when it says the buffet is open.
Yep. Well, that's it. Of course. Well, I'm not insane. I only run when there's food on offer or somebody's chasing us. You're right. So now, give us a sec. Give us a sec. I'm gonna. Almost there. Right. For those that may be looking for a Christmas present for the ones that they care about in their lives, you can always head over to teespring.com/stores/Dexter's PB Lab, where you will find apparel of all tastes.
Dex, you're lagging.
Am I? Ah, damn. Yeah. That's probably because I've opened up other windows.
You seem to be alright again now.
Yeah, it'll be because I was doing other stuff. Well, so I boosted it up. I boosted it up to 600 bits, and
maybe knock it back down to 5.
Maybe.
Knock it back down to 500 and open up another window and see if it.
Yeah, we'll give that a test. I'm just having a bit of a laugh because Richie says what Bellend would buy anything from your store, and then posted, actually that would be me. Yeah. And then Paul said, and him as well. Yes, come on, you. I can't think of anything to call this, but come on, people, buy something from this capitalist patriarchal bastard. You know, support this bourgeoisie pig in his capitalist adventures. Buy my merchandise, damn you! I've got a new laptop that I need to buy. I have a drug habit to feed, don't you know?
Was it caffeine?
Yeah. Drugs, man, I can't afford drugs. I genuinely don't know how people can be druggies. I don't even know how people can smoke cigarettes. The only reason I drink coffee is because I get it free at work.
That's one of the things you see on Facebook, and get your kids into paintball and they'll not be able to afford drugs.
Yeah, well, I'm not even that. I don't even play paintball as much as I used to anymore. I legit do not know how people can be druggies. I don't know how people can smoke cigarettes. I don't know how people can take drugs. I'm skint and I don't even do anything like that. I barely even drink.
When you see people playing paintball every weekend, I'm like, I wish.
Yeah, well, you know what it is, Albert. At one time, I used to play paintball every weekend, but to counterbalance that, I used to work at the site on the Saturday, and then I would get a free box of paint, which I used on the Sunday. So basically, I broke even by doing that. But at the same time, that was also around about the same sort of time when I was playing a hell of a lot, and I was also spending like most of my wages from my actual job on paintball at the time. I mean, I was probably dropping at the time like 500 quid a month easy on paintball gear. because I had disposable income. I had no real bills to pay. Well, you know.
Paul, Richie's comment.
Am I still narwhal tusks yet?
Yeah.
I think.
Have you seen the video with the three lads when they're tackling them?
Yes.
One with the fire extinguisher and the other one with the tusk.
Yeah. Well,
when he gets them on the floor and he's not hitting that fire extinguisher.
See, I didn't see that. I haven't seen that in the videos. I've seen where they basically. I've seen a few gifs where it's them squirting the guy with the fire extinguisher and the Polish guy like jabbing at him with the tusk. It's like.
And then the other guy pulls him down on the floor, and then you see the guy with the fire extinguisher. Yeah.
It's like I love the fact it's like a Polish guy turned up with what effectively a spear. It's like the winged hussars have made a comeback. Fucking respect to those guys. Like, I mean,
they didn't know that it was a suicide. That it was a fake suicide vest.
The thing is, at first, I don't think they did, and then I think, like, from some of the accounts I've heard, apparently, as time went on, he was trying to undo his jacket, as if, like, to let people see that he had it. Those guys, until the police got there and told them to get off him, they didn't stop. You see people complaining. It's like it's generally the politically correct as they complain about stuff like, toxic masculinity, and it's like toxic masculinity was what basically saved people's lives. There was blokes going, "Fuck this, we're having you."
Yeah, how many people are they probably saved because that guy's been trying to fend them off, not stabbing more poor innocent young lasses.
That's it. Those lads, as far as I'm concerned, are heroes. They stepped up and did what was needed.
100%.
It's, as much as I'm kind of torn on the whole sort of owning guns and all that sort of stuff and having guns for self-defense. On one hand, I do believe, everyone should have the right to defend themselves, and I think on one hand, I believe in the whole sort of like an armed society is a polite society, and I believe that people should be able to carry knives and should be able to carry guns. But then on the other hand, I also know that there is very bad people who will use things like that for bad, and they can't be stopped because, well, I've got a right to carry it, and which is the problem that we have in the US. There's bad people with weapons, and there's also good people with weapons.
Yeah.
How do you know the difference until they do something wrong? You don't.
I've seen that thing somebody put on Facebook. America, we should all carry guns to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Hold my drink. Where's me tusk and me fire extinguisher?
Yeah, that's it. But I think that's very much British mentality of like, and I realised one of the guys was Polish, but it's very much sort of like the mentality of people over here, and I would say in a lot of places in like Europe and stuff as well, of like, no, you've come here, you're fucking with our people. We're not gonna take this. And it's like finding whatever weapons. I mean, we're seeing it in Hong Kong now, where it's the people in Hong Kong don't have weapons to defend themselves with. And what are you seeing they're out doing? The kids from the universities were literally building medieval style trebuchets in the street. Yep. They're out using bows and arrows. They're using whatever they can to defend their rights.
You see what they did with the drones the police were using? Burned them out with laser pens.
Oh yeah. Well,
hundreds of laser pens aimed at one drone and burned out and basically burned it out the sky.
Yeah. Well, you've got that. They were using laser point in Hong Kong. They were using laser pointers to mess with the facial recognition cameras. And what's the other one that facial recognition cameras messes up a facial recognition camera? An umbrella. Your facial recognition camera can't recognize your face if you're using an umbrella to block it. But there was the other one was I just like some you've seen like roadblocks and stuff where they're creating where they're putting roadblocks over the roads, and there's like there's a fire engine or like an ambulance needs to be through, and within seconds they've removed the roadblock, and then put the roadblock back in place as soon as the emergency vehicles are through, so that it blocks the rest of whatever's going on. Anyway, we've got completely off topic. We're going all political and stuff. So, but yes, am I selling narwhal tusks yet? Unfortunately not. I would be interested to see if I could get Chan to 3D print as a replica narwhal tusk. It would only take like 3 months to print with the length of them. I didn't actually. I've seen sort of cartoons of narwhals before. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing narwhal right, but I've seen cartoons of narwhals before. I've never seen an actual narwhal video or anything, a picture. But the cartoons I always saw, you always see them with like these itty bitty little horns, and I've always thought, oh, they kind of look like a sea unicorn type thing. It wasn't until after this that I actually looked up what a narwhal was, and there is things swimming around in the sea with horns on their heads that big. Those things are lethal. I think I'd rather see like a shark than a narwhal, because if a narwhal takes a dislike to you, it's basically going to wear you as like a body ornament. Richie Wong, I think Chan has one under his bed. It vibrates though. Oh, you know that is going to be like a category on on some certain websites before long. Oh. Welcome back, Albert.
I'm still here. Just nipped up the cupboard.
Yeah. But yes, it's yeah, very brave blokes. Very, very brave blokes.
You
just read that, are you? Mind, I do like some of the conspiracy theories that are coming out, like where it's you've had people saying, and I think it is like it is shit. It's bullshit. You know, we've seen the videos. There was somebody trying to say that the guy got up again after being shot. It was like, he really didn't. You're watching a different part of the video that is being played in reverse.
Really?
But not just that. It was like, well, there's no blood on the blade. Like, is it entirely possible that that could have been a second weapon? But then there's also the guy that's running away when he throws something out of his pocket, and
yeah,
there was. I do think it is suspicious that the guy throws something out of his pocket, but chances are, as some people have said, it could be a bag of coke or something like that, and that bloke is going to be getting like stopped. He's going to be getting like involved. He's going to be talking to the police later on. If it was a bag of something dodgy, he probably doesn't want to be stopped and stand talking to the police with a bag of something dodgy on him. But I did see another video where they'd slowed it down, and it looks like a McDonald's cheeseburger. It really looks like a cheeseburger in the wrapper, like in one of those paper wrappers that he's just like he's had it in his pocket for his dinner on his way home or something. Seen what's going on, shoved it in his pocket, and then thought later on, like, as he's running away, like, what have I still got this for? People do stupid things when they're like hyped up on adrenaline and scared.
Wouldn't care if it was the latter. He's still
yeah. That's it. I don't care if he's snorting a bit of Billy Whiz. The bloke is a hero, and if that's what gave him the balls to do that, I don't care.
Yeah.
What he does in his private life is up to him.
Too right.
Yeah,
we're screwing off again.
Yes, we are. Richie says, where's the lanky bald one tonight? The lanky bald one, I have no idea. I did message earlier on. Albert, did we get a response to that?
Yes. Sorry guys, I'm far too tired.
Fair enough. He's probably had a busy day with the young'un.
Well, I was thinking the little one's probably not letting him sleep.
Yeah. Well, I think Colin was at work today and Wednesday. And I believe that may be him off for a period of time. As for Chandyman, I don't actually know. Did he actually respond?
No, he didn't get no feedback off him.
Strange. The Chandyman may just suddenly drop in at any point. We don't know.
Yeah, he has habit of doing that, doesn't he?
Yes, that's just appearing.
Yeah.
The Chandyman is probably working.
Yes. The amount of Gaelic guys going on at the minute.
Yeah. Well, this is, I mean, going back to the Chinaman in question, did you see the EMEC they sorted out for John Guest?
Oh yeah.
That looks brilliant.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I like the shark fins down the side so you can see what inserts in.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's a nice touch. That. It's a bit because everyone's got their ones where it's just an oval. Yes.
Or there's is it Freak?
Yeah, Freak. Yeah. Where they've got the Freak like engraving in the side so you can see all the way through and see the insert. Yeah. But they're mass produced. They're quite common. It's not the best looking.
I've never seen one with like a shark fin.
You see, I've been thinking about getting Chan to do some barrels for me because I'm seriously considering getting myself a Freak XL kit.
Right.
Well, not a kit, but getting myself some Freak inserts because paint has dropped in size from what I used to use and from what like basically all my gun barrels. I think the smallest barrel I use is a 685, and
God, that's huge.
Oh yeah. Well, Albert, you got to remember when I started playing, everyone used a 693. I mean, can you imagine using a 693 on a field now?
Oh.
And even then, you've got to consider stuff like Phantom barrels, Sterling barrels, all those sort of old school barrels. They're huge. They are huge compared to what people are actually shooting now. So I'm thinking like, I'm considering asking Chan to do like my Phantom barrels, just get basically all of them done. I've got a couple of like I'd maybe get like what me Tippmann 98 barrel done, or one of me Tippmann 98 barrels done, just so that when I finally do use it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear your little squeaker there.
Yeah,
is there another dog squeezing it there?
No, it gets excited and it howls.
Yeah.
That's its howl.
Yeah.
You know, you probably do your like I've got a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
And everybody's together and they get excited and they'll start to howl.
Yeah.
Well, that's her howl at that high pitch.
Yeah. It's the high pitch that sets other dogs off.
Oh, it's that high pitch. It gets right in your wig. Yeah, I'm talking about you little man.
So, yeah, I'm thinking about maybe just getting me. I might get a Tippmann 98 barrel done, but then like I've got like I've got an old school sort of. I'm not even sure what the barrel is, but it's just like this old school it looks stainless steel. I'm tempted to get that, get Chan to bore that out, and use that for putting the inserts in because it just looks like a shitty old barrel, and yeah, use that as my main go-to barrel because it looks like just an old naff barrel. So it's just another one that I think once thrown on my kit. Most of my gear looks mashed together and just random parts and stuff, and I love that.
Maybe get your Sterling Freak.
Yes, I would probably get that one done as well, just so that I've got that slightly better accuracy of and consistency of the smaller bore size. That might actually help. That might help improve the consistency on the paint as well.
Yeah, I don't know what's went wrong there, but I had that. Oh god, it was spot on.
Yeah, well, I think Albert, it might have just not been bedded in. I think if I'd probably if I'd gone out and just like put a couple of pods through it, and getting that spring bedded in on the new shims that I put in, that would have probably sorted it out. But because I didn't do that, I'd chronographed it, went in to put everything I didn't need away, went back out, saw the ref, asked him to chronograph the marker, and as soon as I started putting the marker over the chronograph, the velocity started to increase, and I think that's all it was that it wasn't bedded in. But what I do need to do for that is I need to see if I can hunt out a on-off ASA for it.
Yeah, they are a nightmare.
Mm.
It's like
No, I didn't put another face on it.
Some days you have to literally empty the tank to get the tank off.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah.
Any SPG that was a dog.
Oh. I'm sure she's very cute.
It's a little man.
Aye. Oh Christ! It's a Babylon Bee article. I just opened my phone there, and just the first thing I saw was narwhal tusk surrender bins have been installed throughout the UK. It's a parody article. Thank God for that. I thought for a minute there that could have been legit.
Right. I think that's quite funny, though.
Yeah. Well, this is it. It's to describe the way that I think what I think is very interesting with the UK. You know that America has The Walking Dead, right?
Yes.
A TV show where basically a collection of mostly ordinary people have been thrown together into a zombie sort of apocalypse where they have to try and survive to get by. They're trying to they've got to dodge each other, where they're turning on each other and everything, because there's bad groups and good groups and all sorts. But ultimately, there's also the zombies that they have to try and survive. They've got to try and avoid being eaten. Well, Britain had a zombie survival show as well.
Yeah.
Where they tried to reintegrate the zombies back into everyday life. That's Britain for you.
Yeah, we had Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't Shaun of the Dead. This was yeah. I mean, Shaun of the Dead was just awesome, but I'm a massive fan of George A. Romero's Dead series. What was it? You had Night, Dawn, Day, Land, Diary, and then Survival.
Yeah.
And 3 of those, there's in Land of the Dead. There's a character who is in Land of the Dead, Survival of the Dead, and Diary of the Dead. He's actually in all 3. And even though I suppose Land of the Dead is set after Survival and Dawn, they actually play out in. No, it's Diary of the Dead, then Survival of the Dead, and then Land of the Dead is the order that those last 3 that George A. Romero made go in. But do you know that Edgar and what's his name? The guy that plays Sean. What the hell's his name? It's not Nick Frost. Simon Pegg, yes. Yeah. Simon Pegg and Edgar Wright, I think it's Edgar Wright, who wrote Shaun of the Dead. Both of them are actually in Land of the Dead.
Are they?
Yep, they play the zombies that are in the. Yeah, they both play zombies that are in the. They're the ones that are being chained up and that are being shot at with paintball guns, and also having people having their photos taken with them and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. But there's that. But apparently George A. Romero was actually really happy and really liked their Shaun of the Dead film. So yeah.
It's a typical British comedy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they did The Walking Dead over here?
Well, that's the thing, mate. That was basically they did do a zombie survival show. They did a zombie survival show. I believe it was mostly set in Wales, I think. They did the zombies.
I've seen the comedy one where they're on a barge.
No, they did a proper serious zombie survival show over here, but they were trying to reintegrate the zombies back into society.
No.
It was literally like the zombies when they were dead people. But they found that they had a drug that they could give them, which gave them back some of their humanity. So then they were trying to bring them back into society. I only watched a handful of episodes of it because it was bad. but you had like people wanting to kill the zombies. You know, there were like radicals who were going door to door trying to find if you had a zombie in the house that you're trying to bring back into society and stuff. And it was this lad. It was mostly following this one character who was a zombie who had gone back to his hometown. You know, he'd been sent back to his hometown to reintegrate, but they were trying to hide. They had to kind of hide the fact that he was a zombie because there was still a group of nutters in his town that were killing zombies. Like, really, is this? America has a show where they're trying to survive the zombie apocalypse and killing zombies and stuff, and we have one where they're trying to reintegrate zombies into society. Okay, all right. Zomboat. Is that the one? Yeah, where they're on the canal boat. It's only just come out relatively recently.
Oh, you're on about In the Flesh.
Was that what it was called? In the Flesh?
Yeah, 2013. Only did one series.
It probably was. I can't remember what it was called.
A drama set around a teenage zombie who returns home after his death in 2009.
Yeah.
For a less than warm welcome.
Yes. Because his sister is part of the group that went around killing zombies and protecting their local area. So she's kind of trying to come to terms with it.
PDS.
What was that, sorry?
Well, he was treated with PDS, but the zombie-hating human volunteer force.
Yeah.
Which were backed by their local church.
Yep.
What the hell?
It wasn't a good show, mate.
No wonder it only went for one series.
But there was that. Dead Set was actually a really good series, where it was a zombie show set in the Big Brother house. It actually had Davina McCall in as a zombie.
Yeah, the one I was on about was Zomboat.
Yeah, that's what Paul Cross has posted.
Yeah.
He says it's...
I've never seen it yet. It's supposed to be quite funny.
But yeah, Dead Set was quite a good one. I'm trying to think what else there was. There's been a handful of British zombie shows and zombie films. Most aren't worth watching. But
28 Days and
28 Days Later, they are not zombies. They're just rage-infected humans. Don't even get me started on this shit, because they are not dead. You shoot one of the humans on 28 Days Later, they go down, as long as you shoot them in a vital spot. You shoot them in the heart or something, they go down. A zombie wouldn't go down if you shot it in the heart.
I definitely like Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, Shaun of the Dead was an amazing film.
Sunderland is full of zombies.
What was that? Oh, Sunderland's full of brain dead zombies from Richie. Oof.
The same could be said at St. James's Park on the field, is full of dead zombies, aren't they?
Yeah, that's probably about right as well, Albert. You've kind of got a fair point there.
Or as I call it, St. James's Park.
What?
Oh.
Anyhow, I think tonight has been a relative success. It's a shame that I can't at the moment get the quality any better, but I'm not sure if that's something I might be able to do offline. But yeah, I'm actually relatively happy that this hasn't crashed. So I think, once I go off air, I might actually plug my hard drive back in, transfer the remaining video files across, and hopefully that might help speed things up a little bit more.
Definitely seems to have worked.
Yeah. It's amazing that, just clearing a few files off my laptop has fixed things and isn't... Well, this would have saved me a lot of stress over, the last week. Yeah, just clearing out a few things would have saved me so much stress. Richie Wong says to plug Martello's Christmas cards. I'm more than happy to. I believe I did mention them at least I think I was going to mention them last week. Have we talked about these before, Albert? I think I've lost Albert. No worries.
You are.
Martello's Christmas cards. Have we talked about these before? Or, you see, the problem is I can't remember when it was I was talking to Martello.
We were talking to Martello on the Discord about...
Right.
we haven't did them on the actual stream.
Yeah, I'm just having a quick look here because I don't know if I wrote stuff down to talk about them or. For the past couple of weeks, I have wrote stuff down, and then I've never actually been able to talk about stuff. Before we talk about that, this is one I never got a chance to actually ask on Wednesday night stream, so I'm hoping it's not too late. But on last week's post on the UK Paintball page, Ketcha Goose asked, would people be interested in a live feed of the New Zealand series? It's only a small series, which is about 15 teams. It's apparently quite close and exciting to watch. Would that be something that people would be interested in watching? And if it is, I would suggest that you head over onto the UK Paintball Facebook page, find my last post on there for asking about big games, and let Ketch know. But yeah, I'll be interested in watching it if their streams go up and I've got time to watch them. I always try and watch stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have as much time as I would like to watch everything. But yeah, if there's games going and stuff.
Would it be New Zealand though? What are we talking? Would that be like in the middle of the night for us, or?
I suppose potentially, because I would imagine New Zealand's probably going to be. I would imagine, yeah, that New Zealand will probably be roughly the same sort of time as Australia, so it's basically going to be like 12 hours ahead or something. I think it's that. But even then, I mean, even if we can't necessarily watch live streams, just sharing links to the videos would be something that I would be interested in seeing of the live streams afterwards. Because again, as I said, if I've got time to watch stuff, I try and watch stuff.
Oh, definitely. More paintball the better.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Richie Wong said there he would be, but it would be in the middle of the night. Well, yeah, that's it. But I kind of expected that. But definitely, I mean, as Albert's just said there, the more paintball, the better. If somebody's going to share videos up, then to help promote his league, then yeah, that's going to be fantastic. I'm kind of curious as to what the laws are actually like. I mean, is New Zealand relatively lax on paintball gear? Because I know at one time, I know obviously they are different countries, different rules, all that sort of stuff. But Australia used to be incredibly restrictive on paintball gear, and I don't know if they've recently kind of eased up on some of that stuff a bit.
No, I think it's gone the other way.
Has it?
I think it's even stricter. Australia.
Because
I know Paintball Pete doesn't live in Australia.
Yes, yeah.
He now lives in America.
Yeah.
But he did post up something just recently.
Yeah.
Basically saying this is what people who live in Australia have to.
Yeah.
And I think they're actually tightening down even more on.
See, that's just shit. That. And I don't mean shit as in I think he's talking shit. I mean as in shit as in it's just bad. Yeah. You know, it's people wanting to take part in a hobby that is basically harmless, but because they're using something that fires something at somebody else, they're lumped in with nutters.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Sometimes you don't realise how lucky we are.
Yeah.
Bad enough just in the likes of Germany when they have to stamp.
Yeah.
Isn't I think isn't it different over in Ireland? Don't they? You're allowed to own a paintball gun, but they have to be kept like with a club.
Well, I understand. I believe that's the same sort of way that it was in Australia. Now, I don't know if it is still or not, but at one time, I believe if you wanted to own a paintball gun, it had to be kept at the paintball site, or at least it was supposed to be kept at the paintball site. I imagine that there probably was people that didn't do that, but I don't know if it would be like the same as over here, where if you got caught with it outside of that site, you could potentially be facing criminal charges. Which I can't help but wonder. Well, how do you go and play at a different site if your gun is kept at one site in particular? Would you have to get the site owner to transport stuff like under certain paperwork? It's
Paul's put they have to have a license each gun that they want to own.
Yeah.
So you imagine the likes of, he'd have to have a license for every single paintball gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad I've only got a couple of guns.
Well,
Paul Cross, the amount of guns he's got.
Yeah.
God.
Well, I mean, can you imagine, like, when I got 2 PGPs for, like, I think it was, like, 20 quid each or something, like, a while back, and it's like, for £40 worth of paintball gun, I'd have to go through the process of getting 2 licenses.
How much are the licenses?
Well, yeah, I mean, even if they're free...
They're not free.
Oh, yeah, they're not free, but even if they were free, that's still the hassle of having to fill out the paperwork for 2 more licenses. Richie says, he need 1 billion licenses.
Yeah, Paul Cross put it, he'd be screwed.
Yeah. Yeah, be screwed by a bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's it, and it's just ridiculous. I understand there has to be rules and stuff in place, but there is, as there is a family expression, and I mean, I'm saying it's a family expression, I don't know if it's more than a family expression, but there is an expression that I have heard all my life growing up. There is a difference between riving your arse and shiting. It's unnecessary to have licenses for paintball guns. I understand in some regards it could be a good idea, but I also think there's just so much bureaucracy that would be in that. I can understand having a licensed player, so, like, you having to go to, like, if you went to buy a paintball gun, having to go, look, here's my license, I am a registered paintball player. I could kind of understand something like that, but ultimately, paintball guns, they're basically toys. I mean, yes, they're toys that are potentially very dangerous, but, I mean, then again, hoverboards, it's against the law to use them under certain circumstances. You can, like, there was, like, talks about trying to get hoverboards banned. We live in an age where if the bicycle was to be created now, it would be called a national danger and would be banned because kids would fall off of them. Anywho, I think. Oh yes, Martello's Christmas cards. Right. So we were talking about Martello's Christmas cards. I could have sworn Martello gave us information on these. Oh, I know where it was, man. It was on me Dexter's Lab Facebook page. That was where he sent us the info.
Right.
Right, inbox. Come on. I bet you I start lagging now.
Probably.
Yep, lagging. Oh, come on. Come on. Right.
Yeah, you're blurry as hell and lagged right out.
Yeah. I was afraid that might happen. It should clear itself up there in a second. Because the page just kind of like stopped loading now.
I think for next time you want to try and I think you need to just look on your Facebook on your.
Yeah. I'll try reducing the bitrate down slightly, because I don't think improving it, putting the bitrate up this much has actually made that much difference. So I'm just going to drop this back down to like 400, because it seemed like it was relatively stable at that point. There we go. Save, yes. Right, there we go. Right, and so, heading back over to this. Right. Additional thing. Why is this reloading? I haven't clicked on anything new. Just go back to what you're doing. Right. Martello did actually let us know. Now just make sure. I'm just making sure. Stop jumping back up. Alright, right. Martello actually has his hands on one of the Tipman Stormers.
Yes.
So, I'll be interested to see if, I don't know if we'll get a review from Martello. I'm hoping that we maybe actually see some. I'm pretty sure he mentioned it, that he's planning on doing some content for his YouTube channel, for the Paintball Magazine YouTube channel. I think I remember him saying that. Now, I hope I'm not wrong in that. I think I remember him saying that, in which case I hope that he shows some details on the Tippmann Stormer, because I do kind of like it. I know it's just a Tippmann Cronus that's in a mag-fed body, but I kind of like it for some reason. Then there was also Red versus Blues will probably be roughly the same time as same date and time as next year. Sorry, I'm stumbling over myself. The podcast season 2 is being recorded, and there was also moves being made to nationalise the Paintball Magazine, to make it national, and where's the pricing on this? It was here somewhere. The calendars, I believe it was, calendars are going to be available in A4 wall, A5 desk, and also A3 wall planner, with prices to be announced. But they are expected to be around about £8, with the desk being a little bit more. That's for the calendars. I'm sorry if any of this date information is slightly out of date. This was information I believe I was supposed to share a couple of, last week or so, but then my laptop decided to freak out.
Yeah, your laptop decided to take crap.
Yeah, it just decided to shit all over me. And Martello has also got his, I believe he's got his Christmas cards away to the printers now. So if you are looking for a set of Christmas cards, and you want to kind of send your friends and family some paintball related ones, then I would go to Facebook, look up Paintball Mag, and contact Martello through that. You'll be able to sort you out.
You just posted up 2 hours ago saying the Christmas card will be here this week.
Yes.
Magazine reprint will arrive today.
Yeah.
So anybody waiting for their latest issue, let them know ASAP.
Fantastic. That's it'd be good for Martello to get those out. You see, I didn't actually notice. Now maybe I was just too excited and I was flicking through things too fast with my Paintball Mag. But I was really happy with my Paintball Mags. I don't know if maybe some were misprinted and some weren't. But yeah, I thought my Paintball Mag looked amazing. But Martello wasn't. I don't think he was happy with them, and he told us that there was some stuff that wasn't perfect on them. But yeah, I mean, they looked great to me. But then
might be just a dodgy batch. Yours
it could have been wrong.
Others might have been wrong.
Yeah, it could be in that. Yeah. Anyhow, so I think, guys, we will leave that there. It's been interesting to actually do this tonight and have a bit of a test. It seems as if we are now back up and running. So I'm going to spend a little bit more time clearing some more stuff out off my laptop. Famous last words, yeah, Albert. That's very, very true. And hopefully everything continues to run, and I can continue doing stuff for a little bit longer on this laptop. I'm going to start saving my pennies together. I've said it before, but anything that I make from selling t-shirts on Teespring will of course be going straight back into the show, and we'll be going back to we'll be going straight back into buying me a new computer to try and improve the stream quality. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to entertain you tonight, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Albert, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, no, not really. Just
no worries. Right then, guys, it's been a pleasure as always. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Dexter. My co-host tonight has been
me, Albert.
Albert, where can we find you?
God.
Oh, I'm guessing that was possibly a drink just thrown down Albert's back.
No, it was. My wife just sprayed it with freezing cold water.
Right. Where can we find you, Albert, if people want to check you out on Facebook?
Check you out.
Fantastic. So, thank you very much, guys. It has been a pleasure, as always. My name is Dexter. Albert has been with me tonight. Unfortunately, the Chandy Man and Pump Fury... Yes, the Chandy Man and Pump Fury weren't able to join us. But hopefully they will be with us next time. So thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. And I shall see you next time. Love you, bye. Love you, bye.